Good afternoon, traders. As you can see, I need 5 more seconds. Hope y'all are having a fantastic, what day of the week is it? Wednesday? Happy Wednesday to you. Hope you're enjoying your day. We've got a lot to cover today. I mentioned it in the Discord, everything we are going to cover. So let's start first with this. We had a video blocked on YouTube this morning. If you click this link, it is blocked, or at least it was earlier. Yeah. It contains content from Apple, which has blocked it on copyright grounds. I have never seen that before. I have made 2,000 videos at this point. That's not an exaggeration. I've been doing this for a long time. Not once have I ever had a video blocked. So that was new. And it's interesting too, right? Because the ad is a hydraulic press crushing a bunch of stuff, right? Crushing like different musical instruments, cans of paint, clay sculptures, whatever, artistic stuff. Artistic things in different realms, right? And then when it raises itself up, the hydraulic press, then there's the iPad underneath it. And my point was, who cares? I mean, it's just an ad. You're trying to cram all this stuff into one thing. It's great. But apparently a lot of people on the internet took a huge offense to that, saying that Apple is trying to destroy all creativity for all mankind. And I don't know. My opinion was just like, why are we making such a big deal out of this? However, the fact that Apple has blocked that video tells me that there's a hell of a lot more going on underneath the surface than what we know of, right? If they went on to YouTube, I didn't even have audio. There was no audio on that, right? It was just the video playing in the background and me talking about it happening. And I wasn't even like criticizing it. If they're able to block it across all the YouTubes like this, boy, I tell you what, they are really, really scared of this backlash. But I gotta tell you, I think Apple as a company, I think it has peaked and it's on its way down. At least here in the United States, the iPhone penetration is extremely high in the smartphone market. But the last several things they put out, iPhone 15, Apple Vision Pro, different watches and whatnot, they're all continuing to just not live up to expectations because realistically speaking, they're not doing anything. They're just making tweaks and they're like, oh, it's the greatest, brandest, newest, most amazing Apple product of all time. And if you don't spend $2,000 on it today, you're going to be left in the dust. And people are looking at them like, I don't think I need that. I think my iPhone 13, which is where I'm at, iPhone 13 Pro, it works just fine. It's green, so it's kind of messing with the green screen. Pro tip, get a bright colored case like this one so you can always see it. I mean, Apple as a company, I think, has jumped the shark. So is what it is. Leo's here. Colin, good to see you. Donna, good afternoon. Randy, hey bud, how you doing? Jean-Louis is here. Extremely bullish day. Absolutely. So that was what's going on with the Nathan. That was what was going on with the video, which was super interesting. Next, we need to do some JCI rolling today. This is one of my very favorite things to do. I'm very excited about it. So Colin says, I went from a iPhone 12 to a Google. Ah, interesting. Leo, good morning. Where's SG? Singapore? Goran, good to see you. Hey, Michael, man, we got a full load today. Good to see everybody. All right. Let's go to our market analysis and we'll get busy. All right, welcome to the OVTLYR Trading Room. This is how to trade only 10 minutes a day and exactly how to take the guesswork out of trading. Now, full disclosure, I'm a partner with OVTLYR, and this is my style of trading using OVTLYR, but OVTLYR delivers you new opportunities every single day. And out in the Discord, we're trying our very best to make this as easy as possible for you. Mahesh is on a huge win streak lately. Mark, so go to the About Us tab and you'll know who I'm talking about. So that's Mark, that's Mahesh, that's me. That's one of our silent partners, Ferdinand. That's Simon, and that's April. And we have one more team member, Rudes. She does all of our editing and whatnot, but she's not on the Discord. Rudes is short for Rudy. Mahesh is making this easy peasy. He's just talking about his opening and closing without any video or fanfare or whatnot. And Mark was following along. He went 10 for 10 on his last trades, which is pretty awesome. So we're trying to make it as easy as we can for you guys. And that's why I always say this is my style of trading, but there's new opportunities every single day, right? It is Singapore. Okay, very cool, Leo. Glad you could make it all the way on the other side of the world. Okay, so with my style of trading, with my outlier trading strategy, I like to start with market. Let the market tell me which direction it's going, right? If the market's strong like it is, I'm not going to be shorting it. I don't think use a second here. Go log back in. And we're in. Okay. So we see the market is 10 over 20 price over the 50. Look at that candle today. Holy moly. That is why when the trend is going in your direction, don't get in the way. Look at this. Like here was the high, recent high. I should say previous all-time high. And we gapped over that this morning. Just a huge move up, right? Now, this is where the outlier buy signal came, by the way. Look at that. Where are we at? $12 on that one so far. Huge move. Now, I didn't take that trade. I did, if you remember, I went through step by step by step exactly where I would have got in. I did not get in because the option prices were outside of what I trade. My hard limit is a $10 contract, and they were like $22 a contract, something crazy like that. However, if you took that trade, bro, by all means, that's awesome. Let's go to the next step, which is so we're looking bullish right now. Absolutely. Now, the first thing we do before we put on any new trades is look to take off trades. So we have two on right now. We have NRG and JCI. Let's start with NRG. NRG we put on yesterday. Really strong move, up 2.5% today. So we're going to go through this, right? Is the 10 EMA broken? No, it's down here. Is that a half ATR from entry down? No. Is there an order block in the way? No. Is the heat map stall? Let's go take a look. NRG. Let's zoom in. Heat map, we got in yesterday. Heat map was at G27. It's currently at G29, so it's not stalled. And would I be getting out? So we got in at G27, so we're looking for a 5-point spread. So I mentioned it on the chart. We get out at G32. And then a close below or above the prior day's high or low once it's profitable. So tomorrow, if it closes below the low and it's already profitable, I would take it off. But I don't have a reason to take energy off. Now, JCI is a different story. We need to do something here. This is one of my all-time favorite things to do. So please pay attention. Please follow along because it's going to get a little complicated. JCI. So we are in JCI on the 62.5 calls. So the 62.5 calls are currently at the 84 delta. This is super, super cool. We can roll this down. So if we take this trade and we're basically moving it, okay, we're going to move it from the 62.5s to the 65s, from the 84 delta to the 74 delta. Now, when we do, we're going to realize, I believe, about $200 per contract into your account, right? Yeah, about $2.15 in credit back into your account per contract. So here's the really, really cool thing. Let me explain what we're about to do. At each profitable ATR, when the stock moves one ATR in your direction, can you roll out or up or both for a credit? If no, hold the trade. So we can roll up from the 62.5 to the 65 and take in $2 and I have to sell this one, buy this one. $2.15 in credit. It's really, really cool. Okay. So when you do that as one order, you would sell to close the original position. So you would sell to close the 62.5s, buy to open the 65s, right? In one order, same number of contracts. So if it's 1, 10, 13, whatever, buy to open same number of contracts closer to the money. Now you need to make sure you have the same liquidity standards, which real quick, we'll go over that. 250 plus open interest, 21 days expiration, less than 50-cent bid-ask spread, and 20% or less extrinsic. Let's check the extrinsic real quick. 81 cents on 390 is 20%. That'll work. Hey, Sebastian, doing some work today, bud. So let's go back to here. Roll it up as one order, same number of contracts. Now, when you do that, you're going to take partial profits now. You cannot do this with stock. You're going to take profits off the table. You're going to take $2.15 in credit per contract, so $2, and put it back in your account. You're taking $2 and putting it back in your account per contract. It's going to take profits now, partial profits now. It's going to give you more capital to trade with right now, and it keeps the trade alive. You cannot do this with stock. This is so cool, right? And then we're going to move up our half ATR point to the new entry, right? And then we're definitely going to make sure we get out at break even or better. So we're currently at 68.01. So let's go over here. So JCI, follow along with me. JCI, sell to close the 62.5s, buy to open the 65s. Tons of liquidity, so we shouldn't have an issue with that. Just let's see where we can get filled. Rolling down? Is that right? No. Hang on. There's like a little shortcut in Tastyworks. I don't want to do that. I want to do it like the manual way, so I make sure I get it right. So sell to close 62.5s, buy to open 65s. Make sure you have the same number of contracts. That's important to keep the trade as it is. We're just rolling it up. And let's see where we can get filled. My business account showing me it's 225 mid price. The other account showing me 215. So let me start at 215, see where I can get filled. All right, it looks like it filled right away at 215. Let me know what price you get. I'm curious. And now it's up to 220. Son of a gun. That's okay. So here's how we keep track of this, okay? JCI, when we put on the trade, it was 440 per contract, okay? So we started with $440 in debit. I just took in, yours may be a little different than mine, $215 in credit. So now the total risk in the trade is about half of what it was. It's at 225. So it gets even better. Hang on. So we just did a 215 credit. And then when you go to close the trade, you still get this value here. So 370 and 390. So let's call it 380 plus 380. So that means we're at 155 up on the trade plus 380. Which means this trade is currently at a 35% return. 155 over the 440 original gives you 35% return. So that's a good start, right? This can go for a while. I don't know where it's going to end, but that's where we're at right now. A nice 35% win so far on this trade. And the trade is still open. So we do need to make a bit of work here. So I'm going to move this up to 68.01. And then I'm going to do a half ATR below that. Okay, it's important we keep our risk in check. We don't want to take a nice winner and let it turn into a loser. So the ATR is currently $1.26. So that means 67.38 is a half ATR now. All right, so that's the plan. Pretty cool, right? We keep the trade on. We now have more capital to trade with. We took partial profits, and this trade could go on for a while, and we can go along with it. Neat, right? One of my favorite things to do. I wish they all were like that, because then they'd all be giant winners. Okay, moving on. So we've taken care of our existing positions. We have more capital to trade with now, which is cool. Let's go look at the outlier signals for today. Oh, let me update the Discord. 2-minute trading area. Let me see, copy one I did rolling before. Rolling JCI. That was 62.5s up to 65s. And 215. Let's do 5. Okay. Up to date on that. Next step. So I'm going to filter for only greens, only uptrends. And I'm going to copy everything that's from today, which is not all that many. There were 16 on the list before I filtered it down. And then I'm going to have another filter right here real quick where it's going to filter on only 1 million shares or more. So we've got 6. I'm going to drop that into my long list. Edit. Okay, we have our 6. Let's run the scanner. The scanner is going to look at a couple things. But there's no order blocks in the way, no earnings, and price is moving in the direction of the trend. You can see here, like if we look at some of these, oh, and it's not below yesterday's low. That's a no-no for me. Right, RTX, PNR, that's inside of an order block, so we won't be trading that one. MMC is right below an order block, so I wouldn't trade that one. IRM is right above an order block. Now that order block is going to disappear, and this is really cool, right? When an order block is a really good indicator of support and resistance, and when it can go above it, I would now look at that as a support level. So I am interested in IRM, and then John Deere is inside of its order block. So the only one here that looks good to me is IRM. Now, let's do an outlier signals back test. Let me make that font bigger. How's that? That's better. And we need to go over here to IRM. And I just want to see positive expectancy. That's all. Get the performance summary. 122% using the outlier signals. That's pretty dang awesome. I like that. Pretty dang awesome. And it's currently at, just curious on the heat map, it's in the reds. So we could let that go all the way up to G13. The next step is to look at the options chain. Now, I have not looked at IRM yet. So I honestly don't know how liquid it is, which it's not. That's annoying. May is when it expires in 2 days. I do not trade that. Let me see all expirations, see if there's any. Oh, there's not even any weeklies. Dang. I was really looking forward to trading IRM. But this is not enough liquidity here. I want to see 250 or more. And the other day I did mess up on IFF. I'm not going to make that mistake again. What's 67 cents over 370? 18%? 176? I don't know. I'm interested. What delta is that? 67 delta? It's just low liquidity. I don't want to be stuck in it. No. I did that wrong, didn't I? It wasn't 67 cents. That was the delta. $1.29 on 370. 34%. Yeah, I'm not going to trade it, unfortunately. So I don't have any trades to put on today. Lame. PNR is inside of an order block. Yeah, I don't have any trades to put on today. But that doesn't stop us from rolling up one that's working well in JCI. And we can keep on in RG. I just don't have any new trades to put on. That's unfortunate. But that's the way trading goes sometimes. And that's why I say Outlier delivers you all kinds of new opportunities every single day. Just in my personal style of trading, I don't see any that fits for me. So that's going to wrap it for today's Outlier Live. Don't forget, please share your experience with OVTLYR this week in the Discord, in the where's it at? Share your big wins section. Friday, we're going to have our first of weekly winner circle. We are going to give away $10 gift cards because we want you guys to tell us how you're using it. And then we want to share that with other people, right? We want you to tell us, were you able to book a huge win, right? Maybe you were following along with me and you've got a 35% win so far on, what was that? JCI. Maybe, or maybe you didn't take a trade because it didn't have a buy signal. Or maybe you got out of a trade and the next day it went the other direction and you were able to take some profit on the trade, right? We just want to hear how you're using it. And then on Friday, we're going to have our first weekly winner circle. And I'm going to have no input in who wins whatsoever. It's going to be a random number generator. In fact, just to give you a little behind the scenes baseball. We were talking about it this morning about what our process is going to be for that. So let's say there's 10 entrants. I'm just going to come over here to our random number generator and go generate. And then number 5 is going to be the winner, right? So that's going to be the plan. Bye, Colin. I'll miss you, my friend. Have a great day, dude. So yeah, please let us know how you're using OVTLYR. I'll see you right back here tomorrow. Talk soon.